Hello everyone. So today I am going to show you how to use our concealers and our foundations. I think this is so important because I'm certainly somebody who never ever wore makeup. And when I talk about makeup, I mean foundation and any kind of concealing. I probably used to do like little concealing things, but I never used real makeup. Mostly because I hated that look. I hated that, that you could see where somebody's face color ended and from their neck and the makeup look started on their face. And I always hated that. It just looked so fake to me. But now that I'm using this LimeLight stuff, it's just the makeup is so it's so weightless and it's so sheer. You don't look like you have makeup on, and that's huge for most women. That's what we're looking for. I mean, let's be honest, I would love to say that I never need makeup to cover up any blemishes or imperfections or now coming more and more sunspots and age spots. So I have two little sort of secret things that I do. My super fast every day, I actually just use the concealer. So these are our concealers. This is most of the colors. I don't have all the darker colors right now, but so I use concealer number 2. It is a pretty close match to my skin. So this is my sort of basic starter of every day. I use my concealer brush, which is sort of a flat, well, if you can see, it's narrow and then it's flat. So I use that. I just dip it right into the pan and I cover the dark red spots. I get very red around my nose. So I use this brush for that, just around my nose. I really should just do one side of my face. You know what? I'm going to do just one side of my face so you can really see the difference. And I do around my eyes here. Now I plucked some eyebrows. So now I'm red right here. But do you see how that literally disappears with this? This concealer is phenomenal. They actually use this on sets and movie screen, filming, production stuff to cover actors' tattoos. This is also a primer. So it's great if you're wearing eyeshadow, if you're going to apply eyeshadow, to put this on first. It gives you a good base. Okay, so now I'm going a little overboard with this brush because this is what I'm used to, but I was just speaking to one of my colleagues who is an amazing makeup artist, and she told me to use, if I'm going to cover my whole face with this, to use this. So I'm going to take my buffer brush. This is my favorite new brush, flat end, not too big. Again, I'm just dipping it in and I'm buffing it on. And it just gives you really light coverage. I don't feel like I have makeup on. It doesn't have that weight of a concealer. I even think it feels just as light as a liquid foundation, to be totally honest with you. I'm going to get my hair colored today to get rid of all this gray. Isn't that exciting? I don't know if you can see how the color, the redness and the evenness in my skin. Now I've already applied moisturizer, my Sotox, and my skin therapist is already all over my face. So my face feels very moisturized. If you're trying to do this on dry skin, really dry skin, I would think it would get very flaky. So don't do that. Okay. Let me see if you can see better if I look into the light. So you can see it's just a nice light coverage. Okay, so that's my one thing. Now, I always use the concealer first anyway, regardless. If I'm just doing all concealer like that, or if I'm gonna do concealer with foundation. But you can see, under my nose, gets red. So let's cover that up. Now I'm gonna show you using the foundation. And it's just as light and just as amazing. So our foundation comes in so many different colors. Here's a full palette of 6 of the lighter shades. We actually have 3 new shades that just came out, and I have another palette. Here it is. with darker shades. So really, there's a shade that matches your skin tone. I guarantee it. That's sort of the trick. You need to have your color matched. You want to have a good color. You should, you test it here on your jawline. And they recommend testing the color that you think looks closest to your skin and doing a sort of a stripe right here. And then do the other two on the other side. So the darker and the lighter of opposite that color, and see which one. The one that disappears into your skin, I'm getting like this weird flashy thing. The one that disappears into your skin is the color that's your match. Okay, so I am an olive 2, which actually looks super dark on the palette, I think, personally. Looks really dark to me. But that is my color. I actually go to an olive 2 in the summer when I'm a little more tan. So this is what I do. There's 2 ways to do this. Again, you can go right to the palette like that. Super light. You're not going to get a whole lot of coverage. Freckles will still show through, which I personally like. But I feel like to me, the foundation gives you, because this is sort of, it's got vegetable oils. There's no mineral oil. There's none of that clogging, the clogging properties that some foundations have. This is wax base with some vegetable oil, so it's really good for your skin. It is meant to sit on top of your skin. It's not meant to be absorbed. So this is the lightest way for me to apply the foundation. Super light coverage. You can still see coloring in there, but this is if you want a natural look. I mean, honestly, look how long this is taking me. If I wasn't talking to you, I would have been done in maybe a minute. Okay, so that's one way to do the foundation. Here's another way. Take the tip of your brush and just scrape. I don't know if you can see here on my white. See, I just scraped a tiny little bit off. I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand and I'm gonna rub it in. The warmth of my skin creates a creamier product. So it's totally creamy now. It feels like a liquid moisturizer, really, really creamy. And that to me gives you a little bit more coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply that, put that on my brush, and then do the same thing. But you'll get a little bit more, it just goes on a little thicker. I don't know why. Probably because I'm getting more on my brush. That's why. I want to see if you all can see the difference between my foundation side. Foundation side is clearly more coverage. Make sure you bring it down to your neck. You don't like no lines, although even if I did, you wouldn't see a line because I don't put a lot on. Get it up into your hairline. Again, you don't want to see. I also feel like this gives you a little bit of a shine, little shimmer. You can see this is very matte, my left side. My eyes are puffy. That's the concealer, and this is the foundation. And you can keep going over. Keep going over, keep going over. The more, let it sort of set, the more you go over, the thicker coverage you're gonna get. You can do as much as or as little as you want, but it does not look like I have makeup on. The sunspots are covered, the redness is gone. But I don't feel like I have makeup on. Anyone who says they don't wear makeup can do this, and I am one of those people. So I wouldn't do the foundation every day. That's just me. You certainly can. Most people do, or a lot of people do. This is a way to do it. That's enough, actually. So that's it. That is my coverage of foundation and concealer. Our LimeLight, amazing, amazing, perfect concealer primer, and our Botanical Foundation. I love them, and I would love I would love for you all to try this. This is really has been a big change for me, especially as my skin ages. I need a little bit more to cover up the blemishes. So hope you enjoyed that, and I will talk to you soon. Stay tuned for more.